Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
It's CEO AALIYAH.
And it's DJ B4EY.
Yes, Sirski, and we are back. Yo, we got a special guest in the building. I'm super excited about this. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, we've been anticipating this one for a minute.
We have.
I'm just excited to have another female because it's always just me by myself speaking for the female community.
Selena right over there in the corner. What you saying?
Selena being her own word. Y'all see, ain't nothing working for her. That's all she want to talk about.
She got her mic now and whatnot. It ain't hooked up yet, but we got it sauced out in the building, man. I'm excited about this because we have a dynamic, power pack, super awesome artist that's in the building with us. A superstar, hailing all the way. She in LA, right?
She look. Yeah, she
in LA, hailing all the way in LA. You know what I'm saying? On the West Coast, originally from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican roots.
I would like to consider her the Puerto Rican princess of Christian hip hop. Oh, I love
Right? Is it safe to say that? All right, we got Angie Rose in the building, y'all. Angie was popping.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that was so fun. Thank you.
Listen.
That's good.
I just made all of that up just now. Like,
that was a freestyle off the dome.
I'm just playing off the top of the dome. Angie, this is what we do now.
That's how we do it here, my man.
Yeah.
Angie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Excited to be talking to you guys. I love the energy.
Yes. If you was actually in the studio though, you would feel even more energy. Like
it'd be piped all the way up, yo. Like all the way lit, man. How you been, Angie?
Yeah. Doing well, man. I feel like this pandemic made me a whole new human, and I'm kind of grateful for it.
What you mean by that? Talk to us. Well, how has the pandemic helped you? How has it affected you? Like, what's good? What was the pandemic like for you?
Sheesh. Like, we talk about the threshing floors. I think that or the wine presses. I think that God just allowed for me to be pressed in a way that I never thought I needed.
Wow. He had you on the sauce, for real.
Man, yeah. But I'm grateful. I feel like I have a new mind, which is like what we preach about. Like, it's not like I've not been saved, but like, it's like, oh man, this is what you meant. Like, you give us a whole new thing.
Facts. That's what's up. Yo, we super excited because I know we know you headlining the 2020 Summerfest that's coming up, so we excited about that. You know what I'm saying? Coming up on time, you know what I'm saying? We got the superstar headlining.
I'm saying she's a superstar.
Before we get into a little bit about the 2020 Summerfest, I kind of want to just roll it back for our audience that's out there in the GH3 world. You know, we worldwide, so I want to roll it back a little bit. Tell the people a little bit about who Angie Rose is.
Yeah, well, the quick line is, I'm just a Puerto Rican chick from the Bronx that loves Jesus and hip hop. That's kind of my best summary. It's just true. And more true, I think getting more true as I get to keep creating. But yeah, I hope that we can dive in wherever you want to go. I don't want to.
Angie from the block.
I was going to ask you, how was it growing up in the Bronx, and why did you move to LA?
Yeah, how'd you get there?
Yeah, well, I didn't move.
Oh,
but, okay. Yeah, I'm still a Bronx girl.
Okay.
But yeah. Growing up in the Bronx was amazing. Like, I love my city. I was born and raised in the same neighborhood. I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school. I ended up graduating from all in my one neighborhood. I'm the baby of 10 siblings.
Oh, wow.
A whole lot of hand-me-downs.
Oh, yeah, I got questions now.
She had all the hand-me-downs.
All of them raised in the South Bronx. And what's crazy is a lot of them married like drug dealers and like gangsters, and now they're like pastors. So like,
oh, wow.
I know that like God really does stuff. So yeah, it's a good situation. No complaints.
That's what's up, AALIYAH.
So you being the youngest of 10, right? So I'm the second oldest of 5. And so right now for me, I'm trying to get my family, some of them are saved, some are not. I'm trying to get my family saved. So you growing up with 9 siblings, was it hard for or what, did you come into this like this? Like, was your family already Christians? You already go to church? Or was you the baby who got everybody saved? Or you just follow what was already around you?
Oh man, it's so thick, if I'm honest. Like, so I'm the baby of 10 from a blended family.
Okay.
So my dad had 8 kids prior, and the closest in age to me is actually 14 years older than me.
Oh wow.
But that's but that's the brother that taught me how to rap. But he was an atheist up until yeah, like a real one, like a real one. Like if I off air, I could tell you some stories, but like we've been through like some real stuff. But man, like I talk to him now, and like he's in love with God.
So let me ask you this: when he finally came to, I don't want to say come to his senses, but when he finally
to Jesus,
like what was that like for you? Like,
oh my God, what's amazing is I think with him, God has really shown me that verse, working out your salvation. I got to see him literally like lifting 5 pounds of God, lifting 10 pounds, lifting 15, to the point like in the beginning it was like he went from atheist to like creator. Which the reason that we had our one big blowout was like, dude, do you realize that that's the same God that was in Genesis? Like when you say creator, you're talking about the same one that we've been talking about and that you're trying to reject, and it blew up. But literally I saw God continue to like introduce himself to him in stages until the point where he's like, yo, Yeshua like saved my life. Like, and it's like, oh my God, like you believe, like, whoa. But God elevated it slowly. He worked out his salvation, and that made me fall more in love with God, because it's like, man, you're patient, you're kind, you are long suffering, you are like, he's just, when Jeremiah said you seduced me, it's like, oh my God, I get it. Like you really did that.
And I know you cried when I seen my siblings get saved. Oh my! And they got saved right here at my church. When I seen it, I cried so hard, man. Like it warms your heart to know that, like, dang, you was the example. You was the Jesus that they saw. You was the example. Like you was the role model. So for them to come, so I know exactly how you feel to see your brother get saved. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
dude, that's amazing. Excuse me.
And he's the reason I do hip hop. So it's super. Like that's like a double wop. Like
for real.
Yeah.
Wow. You say he taught you the game as far as rapping?
Yeah, man. He wrote my first rap verses with me when I was like 8 years old. Like I was rapping like basically like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, snap.
My version.
That's my song. I was about to say, remember it?
I remember like too long, but it was like, nah, this is a story to all the young youth. I don't remember the rest, but it was just like that. Like,
we thought she was gonna come in.
I thought she was coming in hot with it, yo. That's what's up.
Wish.
So how'd you
I wish.
How did you transition into Christian hip hop? How did that happen for you?
Okay, so I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know anything about anything. But I was always a Christian, but I always loved hip hop. So like growing up, I didn't like, I mean, I'll curse when I got mad or something like that, whatever it was. but like I didn't curse, so I could still like rap. Like I was chilling with my friends, they were banging on tables and I was just spitting. So I didn't know that I was a Christian rapper. Like I didn't know that was a thing. And then one day a friend of mine asked me to go to the studio to sing, and the studio ended up being like a Christian studio. Can you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. It ended up being like a Christian studio. So I wrote like a hook and all this stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I left the studio that day and I had taken the train. And by the time I got out of the tunnel, they had sent me a folder with beats, and they were just like, we want to work.
Go off, Angie. Go off.
What does that mean? Like, yeah. So that was the first time I ever started writing songs. Like I really just wrote verses, and I just liked writing rap all the time. Like I'll just do it.
Have you wrote for anybody yet?
Not. Well, yeah, actually, we've written some like demos and submitted a bunch of stuff. Yeah, actually, and I've sung. I think I've done that more. I've sung for other people. Like,
so you're singing too? Okay.
I didn't even know she's singing too. That's crazy.
Ooh, she do it all. Come on, from the BX, yo, they do it all. You know what I'm saying? They do it all way. You know what I'm saying?
I knew he was gonna say something about that eventually.
I'm from Queens, South Jamaica, so I know how that New York.
Love.
You feel what I'm saying? So
and she's talking about love.
What you mean? It's New York all day. What you saying? Oh, we up top with it. You know what I'm saying? I had some bad experiences in the Bronx, though. We ain't gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that off air. We're gonna talk about that off air, yo. So listen, who inspires you the most when it comes to? I mean, of course, God. But who inspires you when it comes to your music? Like, who's your top 5? You know what I'm saying? Who's your top 5 artists that you like? Both sides,
what's hard
secular and Christian hip hop.
Yeah. Oof. What's hard is I like I like a lot of artists for a lot of different reasons. So like I'll pull like from like I love, if we're staying in the CHH side, I love No Big Deal. I think he just metaphors like it's crazy. Like his skill is stupid. Like
yes.
but then I love Stephen Malcolm because he's very diverse. I love his cadences. I love his flow. Andy Mineo, like just the bars, the metaphors, the speed, and the diversity. There's ton. I love Wande because she blends sounds a ton, and then I love like the Latin side. Like there's so many. Nico M is one of my favorites. Tommy Royale is pretty dope. Like just there's a lot. But then when it comes to mainstream, that's kind of where I found out what hip hop was. So like Jay-Z did it for me as a kid. Like I was just like, my God, how did he flow like that? Nas when Ether, like J. Cole is kind of like their little baby to me. Like it's like, oh, that's like the next Kanye as far as sounds. It's like sampling, authenticity even. But then it's Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Aaliyah, Ashanti even, Keisha Cole. Like there's just all these sounds. And then the Latin side, we got Celia Cruz, Mark Anthony, Song by Four, like all these all these sounds kind of really made me fall in love with music.
Facts.
So I want to talk about your project Unstoppable. You got 7 tracks on here, and I think one of the first ones that I fell in love with as I was listening to it was Not a Monster.
Hey,
that thing goes so hard. And then I was like, man, I said, I'm about to put this in my mix show, bro. I gotta put this in there, bro. It's so dope. And then as a track, as it continued to go, I saw that you have 7 gold chains, and you just did a video. You released it last week, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how was that for you, man? I mean, I know it seemed like you guys have a lot of fun doing your thing. And,
Facts.
And did you shoot it in LA or did you come back to the city?
No, that's New York. Yeah. I actually hadn't left yet. Yeah, I hadn't left New York yet. That was around Chinatown. That was fun. That was a fun day. Yeah,
she told me she was about to go get some ramen. So I was like, man.
We have that
plan. Ramen. I have never had ramen like from Chinatown or China or something.
You gotta pull up and check it out,
man. I'm dead serious. I'm like, we gotta try it.
It's bomb.
So listen, we know Christian hip hop is kind of becoming trendy, right? Mm-hmm. Like everybody and their mama is becoming a Christian hip hop artist. Everybody, like just because you put Jesus in the bars, you're a Christian hip hop artist, right? How do you go about separating yourself from everyone else that's out here?
I don't think I try. I think, and even more so now, I'm getting back to just the authentic version of me, where it's like, if I like something, I'm inspired by something, it kind of comes out sonically. Yeah. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm not chasing that idea. I'm just kind of like, what's coming to you? What do you like? What do you hear? And I think that in and of itself kind of allows me to not have to worry about that a little more.
Facts.
Just have fun with the music. Yeah.
So we got Aaliyah, she does music too.
Oh wow, I knew you was staring at me for some reason.
We coming down your street.
He kept staring at me, why are you staring at me? Like, what is you doing?
She like a firecracker, yo. Like,
I'm not a firecracker.
Not in a bad way. I mean, like, yo, when I first heard her track, I was like, first of all, she's on one of our friends Glow's track, right? And I'm like, yo, who is this girl rapping on the track?
I'm on 2.
I know, no, that's the first one. Calm down.
He said she's on one of them.
The first one. That's why I said one of them. So it's more than one. But I was like, yo, who is that? And then Romy actually told me who you were. I still haven't met you yet. And then I heard the second one. I was like, yo, come on. We gotta. And then she has this new
bars.
Yes.
You know what? Hey man, do we got the
Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't gonna do that too. We ain't gonna do this. This is Angie show.
No, because she's a real Christian hip hop artist. Like she's a real.
Angie be in her bag, yo.
Yeah, she's a real one. I'm not
in the bag, yo.
Honestly, I can't wait to see you perform. I've heard some great things.
Huge.
I can tell she do a lot of music, and you could tell because she couldn't remember her first rap. I know my first rap right now because I haven't been doing it long. She don't even remember. That's how much she write. You could tell.
Hey man, I mean,
do you feel like the females in Christian hip hop get the props and the love that they supposed to get? Because I know on the hip hop side, it's really hard for us to kind of pull and see exactly who is really out here. Like, but you got like your Remy Ma's, you got your Rap Cities and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like the ladies of CHH get the love that they supposed to get?
I think it's still becoming, like, I think it's still growing as a thing. I think we're just starting to kind of come out to, like, also where we're getting confident enough to, like, almost not demand it, but almost not care, so that you ever notice, like, when you're not worried about people, like, looking for you, then they start looking for you? I think we're just getting into that space where it's like, yo, I'm gonna just do what I'm doing. Like, I'm seeing so many ladies come up. Like, we got Jecka Soul, we got this girl Amanda Ruiz, Ada Besabe, Fanny Plaza. Like, there's a lot of ladies that's just coming out, like, just doing their thing. And I think that in and of itself is going to create the culture that makes everybody start like, oh shoot. I think it's just being unapologetic. Like, I know that is going to happen. Like, I know it's going to happen because I'm about to be a part of making it happen. But at the same time, I know that there's ladies out here, like, just doing what we do.
Who are some artists that you would like to work with, like, right now?
Oh, there's a ton. I mean, I'm still waiting on my, like, or not waiting on my, but praying, whatever it is, man. I want my Lecrae moment, because I've been this, like, that's who I found out. Like, that's I heard Praying for You when I was, like, real young, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is what that is. But I would love to work with Andy. But then on there's a lot of people that I just think are phenomenal. Like I said, Stephen Malcolm, No Big Deal. Like, we've done demos and stuff. A lot of the people that I want to work with are actually, like, we're cool. So it's just kind of like time. Aha Gazelle, I think, is phenomenal. I would love to do a record with him.
Never leave that alone, because that dude just dropped this record.
Yo, there's so many. Like, there's a lot of artists out here that are really creating dope music. Like, so I'm just here. Like, I'm just here for it at this point. Like, I love the fact that there's that many people coming up, being themselves, being diverse.
Right.
And I love playing with music, so I would love to just work with so many people. Like,
what is the biggest roadblock you've experienced in your Christian hip hop career?
Other than being a woman.
Yeah, besides that.
Yeah, that's a fake big one. But if I'm honest, I think me. Right? Like, I got the answer. Yeah,
that's a real answer.
I've never heard it from that perspective. Please go on that. I want to hear this.
No, yeah, just I think I had to get to know me and even just know my value. I was just talking to the producer that I'm working with, like, right now today, but I was like, God is teaching me identity. Like, it's not about potential. When I signed and when I all these things that happened, I realized that everybody kept talking about potential, and it was like I let them lead me by potential, and God, again, in the pandemic and even now, he stopped me in my tracks, and he's like, it's not about potential, it's about identity.
Okay.
So yeah.
So did you always take this serious, or was it a moment in your life where you was like, and it snapped, like, dang,
I got that sauce.
I need to start taking this serious. Like, did people start hitting you up? Did people want to work with you? Oh, for real?
That moment just happened.
Oh, wow.
Like, literally.
Okay.
Go on that.
Like, yo, God hit me crazy recently because I just wanted to do everything. And I think I was trying to do everything. So, like, I signed a deal and I had an Afterschool open at the same exact time. So I was running a foundation at the same exact time. Yeah. And it is, but then at the same time, it was like, I'm giving you a gift that's going to allow for you to do all these other things, but you're paying attention to doing the other things before you let the gift make the room.
Right.
And so now I'm in a season of like, yo, I need to embrace this, like, embrace what God has given me and let that produce fruit instead of trying to keep planting seeds everywhere. It's like, yo, let this produce fruit and let those seeds do the rest.
Yeah, germinate and keep going.
Wow, I like that. Yeah. So if it wasn't rap, what would it be? What would you be doing right now if you wasn't rapping?
Missions. I think missions for sure. I think I'd have been living somewhere like in Mexico wearing chocolatas every day, like with the kids. Like, wow. I love that stuff.
Talk about you signed to Capital Christian Music Group. How was that? How long did that process take, and why did you actually sign with them?
Hold on, we gonna clap it up for that real quick, though. Big shout out to you for signing. That's huge. That ain't about to breeze past that.
Like, you ain't just say that.
Just talk about you. Nah, clap it up for that. Cause that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, because you got some awesome label mates. I was going through there. I was like, wow, there's some nice.
Nah, the heat is over there.
It's a good squad. Squad. But again, that in and of itself was a part of the potential. And God had to, like, know identity.
Right.
but yeah, that was a major blessing. But because of that was like buckling up for a roller coaster. That's like, okay, now you're gonna see all the possibilities. You're gonna meet the artists that you love, the producers you love, you're gonna be in like, we got to go to Tower, we got to meet like radio, and we got to do all these different things. And again, God, like, I feel like God let me look through the window so that he could be like, wow, but who are you? Like, are you gonna be there to be like them, or be like what you see, or are you gonna be who you are? And and as of late, it's like he's taking me back to the 5th grader, the girl that had no idea that she was a Christian rapper. I was just writing bars and I was a Christian. Like, I had no idea that I was different. I didn't even realize almost that my friends were cursing in their bars. I was just doing me.
Right.
And God's like, that's her. That's the girl. That's who you are. Be that, and then I'll do the rest.
So I know you said you opened up an after school program. Why an after school program first? I mean, I know you said you would, if it wasn't rap, you will be doing missions, but why the after school program? So
before that, we had done the missions trips to Puerto Rico. When Maria hit, we ended up actually being able to open 9 distribution centers on the island. So at that point, my heart for like ministry and serving, like, just, it grew to a real thing. But the truth is, like, right when I got the call about signing, my second mom passed away, and she ran the after school program in our community. And I just I couldn't see that closing down. So we opened it in her honor. No, God did what he did. We opened it in her honor. It's called Miss Melinda's Garden. And yeah, that really was it. Like, I just didn't want to see that closed.
And where's that located?
Cobb City in the Bronx.
Okay. So that means one day, bro, you got to take me to the Bronx Legacy.
No, you ain't ready for that yet,
We're going to meet up and we got to go check that out, man.
I'm not taking you to the Bronx. Angie going to take you to the Bronx. I'm not going in her hood and be like, yeah. And over there's the corner store. And that's the bodega right there. I'm not going in her hood and doing that. You crazy? Angie, you see how you trying to set me up?
I'm just trying to get in there.
I already told you I had a bad experience in the Bronx, and you want me to go back.
He did say that.
What block were you on? Where were you in the Bronx?
Angie, I don't even remember.
He don't even know. I just
when that dude hit me, I took off. Okay, when they all hit me, I took off. All right, I was about to fight all these guys.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Now, you don't gotta apologize for them.
We're a nice city.
Now we're a nice city.
Crazy. What Charlamagne say? All the craziest people come from the Bronx and all of Florida. You ever heard that?
This boy crazy.
Now the Bronx folks, they be wild.
Did he get hit by somebody in the Bronx?
I probably. The Bronx. I ain't taking you down there. You going down there by yourself, man.
Wow. So what's next? Well, let's talk about the 2020
Summer Fest. Man, I'm excited about
Let's bring that up. When you got that call pre-COVID, what was that feeling?
Yeah.
What was that feeling initially? How did you feel?
I lost my mind. I was so excited. I was like, what show? When? LA? We lit. Like, I was so excited. And then it broke my heart when the world shut down. I was like, I don't know what do you mean? What's going on? Like,
man,
yeah.
When they stopped the event, I was just like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like, why now? But I feel like that had to happen, man, because you know we took it to another level, as you know.
Oh
yeah,
2020 is about to be crazy. So from your experience, how just from your opinion, how big is this event? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people don't really understand how serious and the magnitude of what the 2020 Summerfest is. You feel what I'm saying? So,
this joint's about to be crazy. For me, I think it's going to be the biggest show I ever do. Like, the amount of things that they're bringing in, that my team is pulling together, and just even the amount of people that are hitting me up, like, yo, we want to do this with you, we want to do that. It's like, wait, what? We gotta really do this show. Like, we gotta get crazy. Like, have an asthma pump. Like,
have an extra set of oxygen on the side.
I'm being on the side.
Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Throw it out there.
Right? Yo, this event is so huge. Like, this is our Coachella. Like, this is our like the first one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first one. And when have you ever seen this amount of like artists on one stage? 75?
75.
That's crazy.
75 artists, man.
A whole stadium?
And in a venue like that. That's the thing too. Like, you gotta, I don't know if they sent y'all the stage spot, but like, they not playing.
They not playing.
Like, they're not playing.
No games.
Yo, the stage
First of all,
alone.
they trying to do it, and this is the good thing. I'm liking the the innovative thinking because of COVID. They're even doing the live streaming for the people who can't physically make it there. So that's giving them a chance to actually experience what they cannot do physically, because they're still limited right now because of the state. You know how LA is different. And we over here, we free, and we're in Georgia. And we can go anywhere right now.
We do whatever.
LA, they like, nah, not yet. We're gonna see how this thing
saying
gonna do.
The 15th, it should be like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Still trying to open up, and I know they probably can open up more possibilities, but they're even trying to do the VR experience too.
Virtual reality. I mean,
that's going to be crazy.
Crazy. Son.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. I low key want to get that.
That's what I was saying. I was like, man, I just want to see. I know because we're going to be there. So we're going to definitely be able to meet in person and see you and everything. Yeah, but I was like, man, y'all got to give me one of them goggles, bro.
I need one of them goggles.
Need to see. I just need to see when they on stage. You know what I'm saying? They on stage. Let me see. Hold on.
What?
Because them cameras gonna be on you.
Yo, we gotta be fresh to death.
They got 17 cameras.
That joint is wild.
Like, I can only imagine, bro. Look, them lenses probably.
Yo, Angie, I got back on my boxing.
They gonna see the boogie in your nose.
I've been on my running. I got back to my boxing. I'm trying to cut this weight off of me. I'm trying to make sure your boy look delicious on stage. You feel me?
Just don't fall, bro.
Nah. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
We all gotta fall like we did it on purpose, just in case.
No,
in unison, right?
It's okay.
No,
it's okay.
Y'all thought we had us. We were just playing.
Right?
It was a part of it.
You good?
It was a part of the show.
Your ankle good?
That's crazy, yo. So, man, what you got coming up next besides 2020? What's on the agenda for you, Angie? Because I know you always on the move. You know what I'm saying? What's on the agenda? You got any breaking news you want to drop on us real quick? What's up? Talk to us.
Low key. I'm actually getting ready to drop another another single, but it's a Juneteenth celebration type of vibe. We got Wande and Limo Blaze on an Unstoppable remix.
Ooh,
so we about to turn up. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be dope.
I'm super excited. Yeah. Now they killed their verses. I was like, what did y'all just do?
Yeah, one day is super dope. Excited. Man. I've been kind of keeping up with her, bro.
Kills.
Yeah. Man. I can't wait to really see everybody perform and see what they're gonna actually bring, because we're gonna see.
What you got? What kind of sauce you coming with? What kind of sauce you coming with, Angie? What kind of sauce you coming with? How's Angie's performance gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Don't give us all the sauce.
Oh no, we calling in some things.
Okay, so she got a helicopter.
I'm about to say she calling in a helicopter. We're gonna say she gonna fly down.
Angie got a helicopter. A little bit of the
Bronx, a little bit of Puerto Rico.
Okay,
like we gonna.
Oh man, the whole stage.
When I was younger, I was in the Young Marines, so I used to have a lot of fun. So we about to. It was called Young Marines, so it was like cadences and like running and step teams and all this different stuff. So we're about to get a little bit of that on the stage.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be
dope. The stage is huge.
The stage is huge.
You got plenty of room to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We gotta use it. It's gonna be fun.
So this might be a little bit of a serious question, but in your opinion, right, Angie, what do you think CHH is missing?
Oh man. I don't know if it's missing. I think it's just growing. I think it's just continued identity. I think the same word that God was kind of speaking towards me is the same thing that is going to be beneficial towards the culture. Yeah. I think that we need to embrace who God is calling us to be and continue to do that. It's just keep making that sound. Like RG, I think is very much like himself. Gazelle, very much himself. Right. I think we just need more of that, that security, that steadfastness. This is how God is using me, and even if this is how God is growing in me in this season. There's so many people that need to identify with that, with the healing, the healed, the healing, the wounded, the strong, the weak. We just need more people telling that truth. Or not that we need, it just needs to continue to happen.
Right.
And I also feel because I feel like we got a lot of people who are, doing CHH that don't necessarily need to be doing the CHH.
I'm just keeping it real.
How you feel about that?
What do you mean by that?
Because we got some people that, they doing it because it's the hot thing to do now, but it's not really they calling. You feel me?
You can kind of tell.
You can tell.
Real.
The bars is just not there. This is not for you, fam. When you greeted me at the door, you did an excellent job. That was amazing.
He said maybe you need to be the greeter, sir.
But it's just not.
Keeping it real, I get tons of emails and because I'm about to drop a mixtape, and I'm getting emails and people like, yo, can you here's it for your consideration. I listen to them, I'm like, yeah,
It's okay. It's okay.
This is not for you.
I can't even do it though.
This is not for you.
So I think that's just how it is in general. Music is always going to be populated with people that just don't know yet that it's not their thing.
They don't know yet.
They don't know yet that it's
I'm
not
gonna use
their
that.
thing.
Y'all, you just don't know. I'm sorry.
Yo, how did you and Nice end up linking up?
What they did?
All God, like just all God. The same. I've been able to meet up with so many people that it's just like, dang, how did this even happen? And some of that I can't even fully remember, but it's just developed into like genuine relationship. But Nice has always been just a kind, like there's a lot of people out here that's like industry kind, which I didn't know that was a thing. So like that fake broke my heart. Like it just realizing like, oh, you was just nice to me because okay, got it. But him, like he's not that at all. Like he's like a genuine like brother. Like he's like, yo, I want to see this. Here's some like you should try this. Here's some advice. What's going on? Like when you know those people that ask you a question and wait for you to answer. He's one of those. Like that's a real dude.
Nice has always been like from day one. I think a lot of people who have talked with him can say the exact same thing. He has poured into you. He's giving me opportunities. I'm just about to ask you, are y'all about to do a record?
Yo, son, I can't wait for that.
Well, I don't know. I know I got one sitting in the emails kind of getting sorted. That it's a featuring, so I'm waiting to see what's up. I'm like, are we doing this? Like when I'm getting in the studio to record that, I'm waiting on that.
Nice, stop playing and hit Angie back.
There's definitely things happening.
Nice, stop playing and hit Angie back.
Hit her up.
Before
it's not even him. It's not even him. It's a whole
Like, okay, all right. It's a whole.
We got you.
It's a whole sprat.
Everybody get it. You know what I'm saying?
Aaliyah, what's up? Talk to us.
So another kind of serious question. No, this is definitely serious. So, in my opinion, okay, when artists start to get noticed and they start to perform a lot of places and get a lot of calls and stuff like that, they tend to get very prideful. So my question to you is...
They tend to get very what?
Prideful.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So my question to you is, because just listening to you talk, I can hear the authenticity.
Facts.
So how do you root out or keep the pride out and keep Jesus the center of your music and everything that you do? Because for me, it's like I have to go to church. I have to be around a community of people that's going to keep me accountable, keep me lifted, keep me encouraged. So with you being on the road, you going places, you traveling, you doing all this stuff, how do you make sure that you don't let pride come in and keep Jesus as the center of everything that you're doing?
I can't even take the credit. The truth is, like, I had a really crazy conversation today, and he was like, yo, like the one God loves. And then he kind of pulled it back. He's like, no, I shouldn't say it like that. But he was like, you can tell when God really loves somebody because he disciplines them. And the truth is, the truth is that every time that my ego starts to flare or I start to think that I can just do this thing, he'll allow for that consequence to like, word. Like before it becomes a real consequence, it becomes like yo. And I'm just so sensitive. Like I'm the type of, like I was the type of kid, as tough as I was, like I was relatively tough. Like I was always scrapping, whatever. But like my mom could elevate her voice a little bit or give me a face, and I was like, like I mean, and so like God is like that with me. Like the minute that I actually feel him, like excuse you, like give me that eyebrow go up. I'm like, oh,
she did that. She got an eyebrow. Okay.
And that's what the word said. The word said that God chastens or corrects who he loves. When I tell you, and that's so crazy you just said that, Angie, because today I had a meeting with my pastor and he corrected me. And he said, I'm doing this because I love you, and more importantly, because God loves you. He told me to talk to you in this breath. So, and I was just telling him this off air. Like, I had like a 5-hour conversation with my pastor today, and a whole hour was him correcting me and getting on me and telling me the things that he knew that I needed to stay rooted in. So it's crazy you just said that, like, you stay from being prideful because God corrects you because he loves you. That's huge. Like that, and that just like you just saying that right now, I don't even understand how that ministered to me. Like, they let me know today when that meeting happened, it wasn't a meeting just for me to get chewed on. You know what I'm saying? That was a meeting for God to correct me because he loves me. That was a love meeting.
Too, like, had I listened to those moments, if I would have embraced those moments and known what now we're saying, the other consequences wouldn't have had to happen. The other hits wouldn't have had to happen if we could just learn to embrace that. Right. And so that's kind of the mission I'm on now. But it's difficult because we think we know so much. And this industry,
like you said, it go with identity though.
Yo, this industry will literally make you think that you can do certain things because you are this person. And like God is very intentional. Again, when he loves you, he's very intentional about letting those things break your heart. Like he's not gonna do it, but he gonna let it happen. Like today I did a little TikTok or whatever, you know, TikTok's happening. I was like God like opened up my heart and he's like, yo, I will allow you to go through the storm to realize that I reign.
I love it.
And it's like, dang, God, like you on point.
Yeah. And he trying to show us who we are. Like you've been talking about identity so much, man. That's huge because sometimes we don't even know who we are. We don't even know, we can't even fathom what God really has for us, like who we really are. So I feel like all of that goes hand in hand with our identity in Christ, seeing ourselves from how God sees us, not how we see ourselves or how other people see us, but seeing ourselves from how God looks at us, like looking at our situation from the end instead of looking at it from the beginning.
That's so good.
I have a question.
That's so good.
Being an artist, I always say this. Do you feel like that your artistry is your pulpit? Because
I do now.
Like on your Instagram, I see you know you do a little, like you said, the TikToks and things of that. But I see you inspiring. How important is this your pulpit then compared to your artistry, your music, or your performing? How important is that?
Huge. And I think that was the thing. That was the thing that God was kind of pulling back at him. Like, yo, you don't get to just separate your anointing and your purpose from your music. You don't get to. That's not how it works. Like, I'm a God that's 3 in 1, and I'm trying to teach you how to be like me. Be 100% all the time.
Angie with the bars.
I'm about to ask. So, you know, again, here we go. We say that, and I say this to artists. Like, at the moment, this is your pulpit. Like, you need to be careful because just because you're not a pastor per se, you know, quote unquote, God is still holding you accountable for the things that you're saying, you're displaying, that you're showing. So again, let me ask you: Have you ran into people? Who profess this Christ but they don't, but they're not like you can tell
they're not
like,
walking it out. You know, they just here for the talk.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best answer is I've been that person.
Oof.
Oh my God.
Go on that, please.
She keep going crazy.
Angie got the bars.
Like,
it's just real. Like, it's like you, and that's where God, like I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. It's like, man, she was like, oh, it's so hard for me to love others because sometimes you have to forgive them for this or that. And I'm like, man, what's crazy is God kind of pushed me to the point where I didn't like me. And there's no escaping the me that I don't like. And so now it becomes really easy. If God was able to teach me to love me, it becomes really easy because you're not even inside of me. Like, you can't affect me once I leave this moment. So it's really easy for me to like now be like, man, if God could teach me to love the version of me that I didn't like and grow me, then it's very easy to disconnect and say, like, God could do it with you. Like, but that's the hope. And that's what I think this is all like a work in reflex. That's what working out our salvation looks like. Like, he's growing us and we can know the truth and struggle to live the truth, but God is willing to bring those things together.
Facts.
I think that's what he's aiming to do for all of us.
Facts. Look, Angie, we're not gonna hold you much longer because I know you got a lot you gotta do.
She in the studio right now.
She in the studio right now. But before you go, right, I always like to ask this question because I'm a really big advocate for like mental health, right? How are you like mentally? I know God got me and I put my trust in God.
Yeah.
But how are you mentally?
I was just about to ask something similar. Like, who's your covering? Like, who do you go to? Like, going with your mental, right? Who do you go to other than God? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is that for you?
Yeah.
2-part question.
Well, I think, So the first part is growing. Like, how am I mentally? I'm growing. I went through a season I never thought, like, I thought Christians, like, we were raised kind of, well, maybe not where, but I was raised like Christians don't go through depression. Like, we don't deal with, like, right. And then I kind of like was like, boop, 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 boop. Life was like, and then I was dealing with those things and healing through them. And now consistently, I'm still healing, but God has given me like habits, like he's given me tactics. He's taught me practical ways to, like, sometimes I wake up and my heart is just scared. And immediately it's like, wait, the word, perfect love casts out all fear. And the minute I just embrace that truth, like my life and my heart starts to change. Then the covering is like God has started to provide in an area where I was lacking. I went through church hurt and I felt like I lost the you know, that was a part of the anxiety, that was a part of the depression, that was a part of the fear. Like I felt like I lost my covering. For one, God showed me that he's my first covering.
Yes. First and foremost.
Second, he pulled more people in. Like my parents and I, they're my parents. They've been my parents my whole life, but I didn't let them cover me.
Oh wow.
And now I do. Now I let their advice be a part of my life. I let their words, I let them pray. We pray together. We embrace those things. And then again, slowly but surely, God just started sending more people. And if not sending them, opening my eyes to the fact that they were already present.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you see how she bodied that 2-point question?
I wouldn't even remember the second question when I got done with it.
That's what happens when you know what I'm saying, you do this. You know
she do this. You know, she's not new to this. She true to this. Angie, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Great.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we could go on all day. You know, we didn't want to wild out too much. You know what I'm saying? But we be tripping out here on the show for real. We was like, all right, guys, be your best behavior because Angie's coming,
guys.
and we want her
down, Legacy.
We want her to come back.
You know,
we want her to come back later.
I want to be in the studio with y'all next time.
Listen, come in for sure.
When you touch down in ATL, I don't care when. It could be a Tuesday night, 12 o'clock.
Right, we gonna be here.
You feel
me? Know. I'm gonna hit the link. I'm like, yo.
As soon as you say that, I'm like, hey, brother, what y'all doing?
Yo, listen, we gotta make that happen.
We gotta go.
Cause I'm trying to tell you. So listen, let everybody know where they can follow you on the grams and all the socials and all that great stuff. Let them know what else you got coming up, you know, and do a plug for the 2020 Summerfest. We get you up out of here.
Yeah. So it's www.angierosemusic.com. So that's music with a K, the same name as Instagram, same name as Twitter, same name as Facebook. But if you're looking for the music, just type Angie Rose anywhere and you're going to find it. YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. You can even ask Alexa to play Angie Rose. She's going to do it.
Hey, you know you got it right. Alexa.
At 2020 Summerfest, we turning up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can't wait to meet her in person. I can tell her swag gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna sneak on the stage.
we gonna interrupt the whole thing, be in the background, just going crazy, right?
Let's have fun with it, man. Let's have fun with it.
She gonna be waving us off like Jay-Z and Lil Mama. Get up out of here. Get out of here. Yo, man, listen, listen,
my God.
Man, Fresh Leftover Squad, man, it's Angie Rose in the building. Make sure you go online and you follow her everywhere. Make sure you tap in with her. Definitely. Angie Rose, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for pulling up with us all the way from ATL. I said ATL. All the way in LA. My fault.
From the Bronx to LA. You know what I'm saying?
I said ATL because she coming. That's why. That's prophetic. That's prophetic.
We just learned that.
Speak that, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Coming in a Honda.
I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna give me trouble. Go
ahead. Let him use you, girl. Let him use you.
I'm about to go.
Yo, Angie, before you go, man, take us out in a word of prayer, man. I just felt that in my spirit just now on some real stuff. Yo, take us out in a word of prayer.
Absolutely.
Anointed.
God, I just thank you for this moment. I thank you for authenticity. I thank you that you are transitioning the body, God. You are transitioning us to being transparent, God. You are taking us back to Eden, where we are learning that we are allowed to be naked before you, God. We pray that we would completely recognize that you are our covering, God. I pray that there would be continued authenticity in relationship, that we as a body would grow as a community, God, but a supportive community, God, a community that helps each other to grow, God. Instead of pointing out the flaws, God, I pray that we would be healers. I pray that we would be people that cover. I pray that we would be supportive, God. And I pray that our light would literally shine, God, and transition and change the world, God. I pray that we would speak the words that are edifying. I pray that we would love. beyond words, God, that we would love with our actions and our words. I pray that you would grant us wisdom, discernment, guidance, God. I pray that you would just be the God that you are, that Holy Spirit, you would guide us, that you would teach us, and that you would lead us to all righteousness, God. I pray that your word would be true. You said, seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all other things would be added, God. So I pray that that would be true, and that we would experience and also be a part of bringing heaven to earth, God. We love you, we thank you, and we believe it to be done. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, man.
Been blessed.
Yes, sir. GA Street Fresh Leftovers Squad. We are out. It's Angie Rose. Make sure y'all tune in with her. Follow her on all her platforms.
Definitely.
And make sure I'm excited for 2020, man. We're going to see her kill the show, man. It's about to be crazy. So listen, GA Street, we catch y'all next week, and we out.
We out. Let's go.